trained Muay Thai for 4 years at the end of February.
And what made you get into this sport?
I always wanted to box when I was younger, but mum didn't allowed me. Eventually I got through word of mouth from a friend in the train, and they said, come to this Thai boxing class, one class, and that's me. The rest is history.
So, how long have you been fighting for?
Since I started. I had my first fight maybe 8 weeks when I first started. That was junior rules, so I was 14, just turning 15 when I had my first fight.
And what was the outcome of that?
I got battered. Full 5 rounds, just got kneed. The boy was really tall, he was overweight, about 6 kilo, maybe 8. Just grabbing around, knee, get battered, and then I fought the weekend after that. I had the boy crying in the next round, every round, so that pushed me to not let it happen again.
Do you think that loss spurred you on to
No,
get
definitely.
better?
I didn't. Since then, I hadn't lost until 2 years ago, about November, when I fought Sammy the first time in POS.
And what's the difference of fighting junior to fighting sort of adult rules?
Everything.
Yeah.
Just junior's a lot more scrappy and just 100 miles an hour, whereas I had to be a lot more precise, and I was just swinging for the hills. All I had was just big right hand, but I couldn't do that in junior. But then as soon as I went into C class, all I was doing was try to gun for the head, but it didn't work out. But even at that, I still won the fights, but eventually I found my own, I started kicking, be a bit more technical.
So are you finding your feet now of like how you fight? Because everyone's got their own sort of style of fighting, you know?
Yeah, I try not to have a style. I just try and adapt to whoever's in front of me. I knew when I had to fight Sammy, I had to go forward. When I fought Ruud last time, I had to go back, because I was ready for a fight going forward and going back side to side. I've proved I can go forward, I can prove I can go back, proved I can go side to side, and I just adapted to Ruud coming towards me. I've adapted to Sammy going back, so I feel as if I can do anything now.
So do you not matter if you're in southpaw or sort of
I move into southpaw, no problem. Move into southpaw, kick with my left foot as if it's a right foot. Still box the same, I can still do everything the same.
And how was your fight on Yokel? Was that your first biggest fight? Was that your biggest fight you've had today?
Well, I fought in Yokel twice now. First time was this time last year when I fought Sammy the second time for the rematch. That was down to 53.5 kilos. That was horrible, getting down to that. Like, obviously right at the moment I'm not anywhere near that.
What's your normal sort of weight do you fight? What's your
Well, I never had a normal weight. When I first started, when I was 14, 15, I was 50 kilos. So I fought 50 kilos, and then by the time I was 17, I fought Sammy, I fought 53 kilos. But I was a lot bigger. I was naturally getting bigger, but still kept cutting. And it just caused health problems, and don't want to do it anymore. So
that's what we say. I think that's quite dangerous for young players coming up that are sort of stopping eating or
Definitely. I try and preach it to all of them when they're talking about cutting weight. They shouldn't be allowed, basically. Like, I was 17 and I was close to having an eating disorder. I have an eating disorder, cutting down and everything, and I'm training 2-3 times a day. It was obsession, and that just detriments your health and then your performance.
And so when would you say you think folks should start cutting weight, for instance? You know, do you think there's a certain age?
There's a certain level, your certain weight where you perform and do your best. I knew when I was starting to cut down, I got to about 59 to 61 kilos. I was fighting, I was training, I was eating the best, had the most energy. But then if I went too low, then I started getting lethargic and sick. Went too high, I was just too slow. So there's that happy medium when I felt that's where I should be fighting, that's where I'm fighting now. So I feel a lot better.
You adjust that quite happily, like for instance you start going again and maybe you're 70 for instance.
I could see they've all said I'll probably end up at 70. Like at the moment I went from fighting at 50 to then going up to 53, then 55, and then I went up to 62. And that was a big jump from 55 to 62, but it was ridiculous to try and get down to that weight. It was no way I was going to get anywhere near it.
Is it right enough you're on Yokel fight team now?
We get sponsored by Yokel for the Next Generation programme. So basically you get the top level where all the Sanchai and Corn, etc. And they're recruiting new young members, and thankfully I was one of them.
So is that to bring the sport on further, is
it?
Yeah,
definitely. Yep.
And can you see that sort of helping the Scottish Muay Thai scene?
Oh yeah, that's 2 of us already are Scottish, me and Amy Primmy. Amy Premium, so yeah.
Is that the one that we're fighting of the year, was it?
Yeah.
So
So that's
UK Fight of the Year?
UK Fight of the Year. So even at that, I get nominated for Scottish Fight of the Year, but I didn't see it as anything compared to Amy winning UK. So especially with it being a Scottish and girl as well, shows you too.
Where do you see yourself going, within the sport in the future? So obviously you're still quite a young fighter and you're still coming up through the
I
ranks.
see myself just keep going. If I keep the same determination and power that I'm doing at the moment, I don't know. Really, I just have to see. I expect getting something going around my waist at the end of the year, but
Do
I
you
don't know.
think you'll ever go and live in Thailand? Have you lived in Thailand? Have you done
No,
any
I've
sort of
never.
training in Thailand?
I was supposed to be going to Thailand 2 years ago, and then that civil war kicked out, so that kind of buggered it up. And then I was supposed to be going last year, but then I was fighting midway through the summer, so I'm definitely making a thing this year to go. And now I'll have the opportunity to go over to the Yorkout Training Centre.
Oh, so you'll be good, that over in
I could train, yeah, I'm going over there.
And so you're looking forward to that then?
Yeah, definitely. I'm making a point this year.
How long does that last for? Is that a training camp? Is it, or can you go as long as you want, sort of thing?
I want to go 46 weeks minimum. Anything other than that, then I'll just keep going.
And you plan to take a fight when you're in
Definitely.
Thailand?
As much as I can.
Do you what would you say the difference is between that, because I'm speaking to some people and they say that you just rock up in the night and take a fight, you don't know who your opponent is. Do you think that's a better way of doing it than the way we do it here, where it's a bit promotion, folk can back out?
Yeah, the same thing, yeah, because with people here, they obsess too much about it. They've got all down to one. If you look at a Thai, they fight, you don't really consider a Thai unless they've got over 100 fights, but you've got to think that's 100 fights where they've just turned up, fought, second nature. Whereas here, there's guys with 2 or 3, and everything towards that, and you get dead jittery, you get training, you get cutting your weight and everything for one fight compared to just going over. If you lose over there, then you put your best performance and everything on, and they'll love you for it. Over here, it's a bit different. A bit more pressure, I would feel, but you see it a lot with guys going over and they just go and fight, they lose, alright, I've lost, but over here, I lost, mucks up their head a wee bit more.
So you got to do with social media, Facebook warriors, all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff?
exactly. Well, that's the one thing, people are going to see that status that gets put up, either a won or a lost, and what they're going to think, like, oh, well, he's lost, and they just leave it. But over there, fight a tie, and then there's no shame in losing. No shame in losing against anyone, but at the same time over there, it's just a completely different ballgame.